Dan the Natural Man Show. Okay, so we're on another Monday already. The Mondays come and go, don't they? It's a really nice day here. I hope it's really good where you're at. And I hope your Monday's going well. Hope you had a good weekend. Today I wanted to talk about, well, when you put yourself in the public trying to teach health, teaching about diet is closely related. You know how they say, don't talk about politics or religion. Talking about diet can actually become very heated too. And so I had somebody talk to me about how they felt about the plant-based diet. And I thought to myself, some of these points may be troubling some people who want to try this diet, and they're false. A lot of these are false. For example, you can't build muscle on a plant-based diet. And I had an article, and I'll post it. This is not true. I've lifted weights since I think I started when I was 17 years old. I'm now 45. I've been lifting the whole time. I've been blessed not to have any major injuries. And I've been able to maintain not all my muscle mass over the years. So I've not had trouble building muscle or maintaining muscle or getting stronger even now. There are also, you can type in Google plant-based athletes. There are professional athletes now that are building muscle and playing at the highest levels. We're talking NFL and other high-level sports, basketball. These guys that are performing at optimum levels that only 99% of the population could not do. Those guys are like 1% of the population that can perform those high levels, and some of them are doing it on a fully plant-based diet. So that's a myth that needs to be put to rest. And if you look at the Dietetics Association, they will tell you the same thing now, that the plant-based diet has all the essential nutrients and protein to live a happy, healthy life with muscle and all that. Blah, blah, blah. I think a lot of people, meat and dairy are highly addictive. Food in general is highly addictive. We've all had our addictions to food probably. I used to drown my sorrows in fatty foods. And so when you start to talk about fatty foods being bad or shortening your lifespan, some people get triggered. And some of these people, I have a feeling, probably pretty young people, because I think I made a video recently talking about, do you want to be healthy into your old age, like healthy at 75 plus, like some cultures are in the blue zones. And I think that's funny. But I'm here to tell you, we're all people. And no matter how old you get, you're still a person. You're a human being. I have several friends that are over 75 years old. So dogs are howling in the neighborhood right now. They're all over 75 years old. And they all are still happy to be living. Now some of their health, the health they're in, it varies between each person. Some of them are sicker, some of them are healthier. Obviously, that's with anything. Goes a fire truck. Anyway, but I talk to these people on a weekly basis, and they're still striving to live a good life and still partake in their lives, and they have goals. I think that as we go on as a culture, as a world, and we're getting to, 2024, I think people today that are 75 are living a lot younger, and they have a lot younger mindset than 75-year-old people had 30 years ago. So yes, the things that I teach, I'm hopeful that it helps young people stay healthy, because look, we're living in a day and age where young people are getting sick already. We're talking people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. Like myself, I'm in my 40s, but some of us are having heart attacks and strokes now. These things, they're going up, and a lot of it is because of the dietary culture, because of the sedentary lifestyles, because of all the stress. So the stuff that I share, I care about all people to try to live a long, healthy, vibrant life, because there's a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety in the world, and a lot of unhappiness. And I'm trying, in the face of a lot of adversity in a very negative world, to keep sharing a hopeful message for people that you can live your best life, you can live your healthiest with following a healthy diet, taking a few herbs, make sure you stay adequately hydrated with pure water, exercise, try to be hopeful every day you wake up, although it could be hard, but you still have to strive to do it. I'm helping people now, they're in really rough times, and I'm trying to help them stay positive minded and not go down the deep end, because it's easy to do. I guess what I'm looking for is a world that probably many, many people before me were hoping to see, was a world full of hope and people that get along and can share their ideas and not get so mad and frustrated and nasty. And the heart disease thing, yes, they say it's not guaranteed. Well, of course it's not. And nobody who's ever watched me for a while will ever say I guarantee anything, because I'm old enough to know that in this life absolutely nothing is guaranteed. I always talk about the plant-based diet able to reverse and prevent heart disease, and it can, and it has for many, many people, and there's many doctors that are using it to do the same thing, but it's not guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. I may go out tonight and get in a car wreck and die. But what we can do in this life is we can put the odds in our favor. The plant-based diet can definitely put the odds more in your favor of living a long, healthy life without going into heart failure from long-term heart disease, or developing cancer from something like too much animal protein or whatever it could be. But we're all sovereign, free people in America and other places of the world. You do what you need to do. You live the life that you need to live to make yourself happy. But at the same time, remember, there are people who love you and want you to be around. How many of you guys have ever thought to yourself, like if you're my age and some of our parents are getting older, if your parents are still alive, are they as healthy as you would like them to be? Or have your parents died? I'm sure none of you have thought, man, I'm glad my dad or mom died already, or I sure am glad my mom and dad are sick. None of us say that, okay? And so this material that I teach is from the science and from Dr. Christopher, and I have experience helping people, and there's many other people doing it. Just trying to let people know that you can do a lot to put the odds in your favor of living a long, healthy life. And your parents be here longer, and you can be here longer for your children and your friends and your wife or husband or whoever it is that you want to be here for. And of course, the last thing I want to say is the plant-based diet can be really delicious. There's so many good recipes, low-fat, healthy recipes. They're all over the place now. There are many good websites on the net that are whole food, plant-based websites. There's some restaurants coming around now too. I was in Biloxi, Mississippi last year, and there's a restaurant there called, what was it called? I can't remember the name, but it was whole food, plant-based, and it was delicious. Anyway, so I just want to talk about that today, and some people may have misconceptions or fears, but a lot of it could just be that you don't want to completely give up meat or dairy or eggs, and I'm not telling anybody to give up anything. I'm just educating people so they make the best choices they need to make for themselves. So I just encourage everybody to look at the science. Look at Forks Over Nile's website. Look at some of those people, some of the stories. Look at Dr. McDougall website. Look at some of their stories. Dr. Esselstyn, look at some of his stories. Dr. Neil Bernard, look at some of those stories. Dr. John Fuhrman, look at some of those stories. I have some stories too for myself being a health coach. Dr. Joel Kahn, look at those stories. We could go on and on all day long. And you'll see that this isn't science fiction, that's science fact now. Thank God it is, because it's good for all of us. If you like this video, please like it and share it. Please subscribe to my channel. Check out my page, danthenaturalman.com. And remember, until next time, keep it natural.